He goes, all right, well, just get the fuck out of here. I'll pay you 2 weeks. Just leave. Don't come back.
Wow.
Okay. Welcome to the podcast. It's the After Party podcast. And we got a full house. We've got Danielle and Gandhi. And there's Straight Nate, Scotty B in the Serial Killers podcast room. And I see Scary and Garrett. Let's do it. Let's have a podcast. Hey, did you see that story in page 6 in the New York Post today about Britney Spears' ex-husband Sam talking about what was most ridiculous about his relationship while they were married?
I did not. What was it?
Well, he thought it would be the fame and how weird it would be dealing with her fame and all of that. He said the weirdest thing was dealing with the fact that she was over 18. She still needed permission from her parents to do anything.
Yeah,
because she was a part of the conservatorship.
Right.
He said he felt like the only thing he could do was support her and be there for her. But he said living with that was the most difficult thing. Can you imagine?
No.
Having like so whatever rules she had to follow, he had to follow. Right. So what a marriage that would be. What do you think?
I wonder if she had to ask her parents or her dad if he could move in with her. You know what I mean? Like she's almost 40 years old and goes, can Sam move in with me, Dad?
Her husband?
Yeah.
I think she did. I think she had to ask for every single thing. And then as soon as that conservatorship was over, it was very obvious what was keeping them from actually getting married, because then they got married immediately. And then she got pregnant and lost the baby, according to her. And then they got divorced and he left.
Wow.
Quietly. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? He didn't really throw any kind of negativity at it. He left gracefully.
He actually said, I think in the article, something about like that he's not sad that it happened, that he's happy that it happened. He's happy that they had all these amazing moments that they did have. You know, that they had a great relationship. They dated for a lot of years.
And he asked for no money, nothing. He just left.
Yep.
Huh. When they go low, we go high. Unless you're Gandhi's friend.
Go lower.
Can we talk about that? You actually mentioned that on our big show today, how your good friend was fired on a Friday.
On a Friday night, yeah.
A Friday night. And he let it go for a second and then came back to you and said, you know what, Gandhi, fuck him. Mm-hmm. I'm going to let him know what I'm thinking. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. And he did. And he went back and went all toxic on the ex-boss.
Yeah.
And he said it made him feel great.
He did, because it was one of those things where I said, let me ask you this. If you do that, do you think it's going to make you feel better? And he said, yeah, I do. So I was like, I co-signed this. Do it. And then he did it. I asked, did it make you feel better? He said, fuck yeah, it did.
Wow.
What do you do exactly? Do you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't read the entire message, but it was long, and it was basically, you're a terrible boss. You exploited all of us. You took advantage.
Wow.
Worked us extra through the holidays. Waited until right after the holidays to fire people. Jeez. Fuck you. You fucking suck. I was like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, there you go.
We've had people here who wanted to poop on the, remember the boss's
They didn't.
desk.
They didn't, though.
They didn't.
All talk.
There's something to be said for going lower. I kind of respect that. I mean, you know, everyone says, "Oh, take the high road," but in this case, sometimes the person who isn't, you know, who fires you, or the person that needs to know that there are issues there, and this guy needed to know all the shit that was wrong. That maybe he would become a better person and correct himself going forward.
No, let me correct it. If you think your boss was a piece of shit, telling them that's not going to change anything.
Really?
You have to go to their boss about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't go to him for a recommendation, though.
I don't think you
No.
Did you ever want to stick it to him though? Just like,
No,
you know what?
no. You know my stance on this is it's negative energy. I don't need. You know, if they don't want me there, I don't want to be with them anyway. So I'm gone. I'll find something better, and I always have. So
yeah.
No, you know, the old running the key down the side of some guy's car because he was an asshole. To me, I mean, I don't get any satisfaction out of that, but I can see how, you know, it could be a fleeting thought. Like, if I did want to, like, fuck with them, what would I do? But I never have.
It's a good quick high. It's a good quick high to have.
I want to vent. Sometimes, you know, you want to vent. And this guy blew off steam.
Yeah.
He probably feels better now.
He does feel better. I don't think it changed anything, but he feels better. So
I had this happen to me in reverse. Okay, so my first radio job, I gave my 2 weeks, and I was doing overnights at the time, or nights, I can't remember which. And so I put my 2 weeks under the general manager's door. So the next morning, I'm sleeping because I was working late, and the phone rings, and it's the general manager's secretary, and says, hey, yeah, John got your note. He wants you to come in. I'm like, oh, that's weird, right? So, okay. So I get up, I go into the office, and I go to the general manager's office, and the guy's name was John. He talked like this. Hey, what the fuck is this? And he throws my 2 weeks notice letter back at me. Wow. I'm like, well, it's my 2 weeks. I got another job. He goes, all right, well, just get the fuck out of here. I'll pay you 2 weeks. Just leave. Don't come back.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
So wait, did he fire me after I gave my 2 weeks?
Yep.
So then can you get unemployment?
He rage fired me.
Yeah, but I feel like that happens a lot.
Well, if you give your 2 weeks, then you
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot. They don't want you around. You give the 2 weeks, and they're like, you know what? No, you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
You got 2 minutes.
Bye-bye.
When I put my quote-unquote 2 weeks in at my last job, I got cursed out every day for 6 months. It was
Really?
glory. Hello, you guys were all part of it.
Yeah.
We were the
It was
reason.
our fault.
Full 6 months.
We're the problem. It's us.
We're to blame for that. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of negative energy. That's why I never fight back. But I will tell you, everyone who has fired me don't even know where they are anymore.
Yeah.
They're not even in the business anymore. They're gone. They were either they fired themselves. I've always heard that from some of my past employers and colleagues. You never really get fired. You fire yourself. You came up with some reason that made them fire you. And so I'm like, okay, I didn't fit into their plan. Okay, fuck them. And now, where are they? Not even on the radar anymore, these people.
I don't want to jinx myself, but I've never been fired from anywhere.
Well, the day is young.
Knock
It
on some
is.
wood
The
there.
day
Hold
is
on, I'll bring
quite young.
Scary in.
Well, same, Scotty.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a bunch of stupid jobs growing up, but I never got fired from anywhere.
And there's plenty of time for it for
That's
both
true.
of us.
I haven't gotten fired, but I've been cursed out by some people.
Oh, me too.
And karma did not work out on their side well at all.
I don't know where they are now. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Two of them are dead.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
I know, R.I.P.
Wow.
That's actually very sad. I would never wish that on anyone.
Right.
But yeah.
Obviously, you did. Some
No, I
sort
did
of
not.
witch.
I did not. I would never.
You cursed them. I don't know. Getting fired is an interesting thing because, look, if it's a financial thing, I get that. If you get fired, you're like, well, what am I going to do? I got to pay the bills until I find something else.
Yeah.
And of course, we're out now working in especially a career, and now that it's downsizing going on here in what we've chosen to do for a living, and a lot of industries are downsizing and shifting to different talent needed away from the old talent. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But being fired is liberating in many ways if you allow it to be.
Yeah.
I would say it's not much different than being broken up with, right?
Yeah.
For the
No,
most
it's just
part?
a redirection. It's great.
I got to say, it scares me every day.
Wait, would you every day you think you're getting fired?
No, but it's always in the back of my mind. You just never know. I mean, sometimes that at some point, if you can't,
But we do know it's gonna happen.
Oh,
It's going to happen.
eventually,
We're,
yeah,
we're,
of course.
we're all going to be shown the door eventually.
Yeah.
Unless you decide to go first.
No, Elvis, if Scary had his way, he would weekend at Bernie's you until he's like
How do you know he's not doing that already? Hello.
Hello, lady. No, people are like, you should always get off the train before it comes to its last stop.
Why?
No,
You don't always know.
Like
You don't even
leave them before they leave you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, okay, that's a game. Who wants to play that game? Oh God, it's today the day. Oh shit. Do you really want that frustration?
No.
Scary.
Yeah.
If they shit canned you today,
Oh boy. Don't even put it in the ether.
Start sweating.
it's out there.
not.
Too bad. He
It's
said
putting
it.
it in
He
the
said it. He said it.
I'm not. They're not shit canning you today. But all I know is you would be fine. You would find something. You got to give yourself more credit. Everyone on this show, you're here because you're great at what you do.
I never thought of it that way.
But there aren't too many other places that want us to do what we do now. That's the problem.
I disagree with that.
But seeing Scary at events like the Cookies for Kids Cancer event, and he literally was walking us from chef to chef, describing to a T where these chefs work and what their specialty is of making. Like, the man is born to be a food something, a blogger.
Yeah, I get it.
Garrett's
I see what you're
describing what
saying.
my plan B should be.
Honestly.
And somebody used to tell me, start your plan B now while
Yeah.
you're still
Yeah.
doing plan A, because eventually that plan B might become your plan A.
For sure.
I would listen to Danielle there, Scary.
Yeah.
Why? What do you know? That was
saying-
cryptic. That was cryptic, that message?
Okay, it was
Really?
but you should start doing that because it's something you enjoy. It would be a good side hustle. It gives you something to do other than going home and rotting on your couch every day.
It's very true.
It keeps you sharp. It gets you out in different circles of people, whole different industry. You should do that.
If you started like some kind of a blog or something with food, I would follow you because I trust you very,
Totally, you're our go-to. You're everybody's go-to about food.
Thank you. No, Elvis is my go-to, so that's where I get a lot of it from.
Oh, the final boss.
Weekend at Bernie's.
The final boss.
I think everybody who works in radio, I think every single person should have a podcast. Why not? This is what we do. If there's something that you're passionate about that we don't talk about on the show, you have an outlet to go and do something else, and then also start your plan B or expand your portfolio just a little bit.
Do something else.
Yeah, something.
It's at the very least. I mean, I'm not saying it's the equivalent of gardening, but having your own thing that has nothing to do with this. Mm-hmm. It's yours, no one else's. It's a good idea.
Hobbies.
Scary. You should get started.
Hobbies.
Carrie's like, what the hell?
Yeah, my girlfriend told me that over the weekend. She goes, "You realize something? She goes, you do not have any hobbies. You nor your friends. All you guys do is go out, you eat, you drink, you watch sports, and that's it. But nobody has a hobby. My buddy Will has a hobby. He golfs, and that's it. All my other friends, nobody has a hobby. We don't do anything. She's like, she wanted to entice me to take up something and master something else and enjoy it.
Weren't you going to learn how to scooter?
I want to skateboard, but I can't fucking do that.
How about something realistic? But the thing is, it also, in my opinion, if you find something to do that keeps you rolling forward with your life and gives you momentum in other areas other than this career, it makes this career more interesting, I think. It gives you a different outlook on life that you can bring to this table. So
very true. Yeah. Very true.
So
I got to get into something.
Because we talk about food all the time, and it's because we're interested with food. We talk about travel all the time because we're interested with travel. And the combination of food and travel, you go to any destination in the world and you eat their food and you learn the history of that place and the culture through their food, Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Okay, there's your future job.
Start today.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Is that it?
Are we done? Any other final thoughts from anyone about anything?
I love how I'm looking at Scotty to say
Place
some
smells
poop,
like steak, by the
some
way.
poop thing or something.
No, I did that yesterday. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Scotty-
You weren't here yesterday,
He
Elvis.
did tell me today that I owe him money for his impending heart attack that's
Yeah.
on the way.
The scaring thing is it's taking years off my life.
How do you invoice someone for a heart attack that hasn't happened? That's a new one.
Exactly.
How much would you charge?
Well, I mean, whatever the hospital bill is.
Get out of here.
No one's going to give you a fucking penny for a heart attack you haven't had. What are you talking about?
No, when I'm in the hospital with my heart attack, she's going to need to help me pay.
I will not.
That's all.
And how can you prove that she caused your heart attack?
Exactly.
Because I
You have a
imagine it would happen
precondition-
immediately after me being scared.
You have a pre-existing condition going, I'm sure.
I do. I have a prolapse, whatever that thing is.
Prolapse what?
So says the man with
prolapse.
cereal in the background.
There you go. All right. Well, with that said, have a beautiful day.
Bye.